I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. So, how's your activities during this pandemic?
Um, it's interesting. Like, I think it's an interesting thing adjusting, but luckily, I feel very lucky for my health and
Mm-hmm.
for my family and friends, and I'm just trying to write as much as I can these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So far, how many songs have you been writing?
Oh, I don't even know, honestly. Like, I write in like such a strange way. I kind of write songs in pieces and then put them together later. So, definitely a solid, a solid amount.
Okay, maybe that's a little bit snippets for your next project, isn't it?
Exact, 100%. I'm definitely already.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And congratulations for 10 million streams on Spotify.
Thank you.
And have you ever expected this would happen to you?
No, I never have any expectations for anything. It's like sad. I like literally never know. I think it's like an interesting world. Like once you put music out, it's just up to everybody else to care about it or not. And I just feel, like my goal whenever I make anything is just to be as honest with myself as possible. And I felt like I did that here. So that's all that matters to me.
So how's your reaction when you say like someone tell you like, oh my God, Gracie, you got 10 million streams on Spotify?
I mean, it's obviously it's so flattering and trippy and like it feels fake, but it's, I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Okay, so fact about Gracie that I found that you actually like to build personal connection with your fans actually,
Yeah.
and by sharing song snippets or maybe have a chat with them via DM, like direct message. Like, have you ever got bad comments? I mean, like everybody now using social media for everything, especially including hate comments and saying something bad about people. Like, have you got one?
For sure. Like I definitely have, and I think it's funny to like just I tried to not read everything, but at the same time, like like you said, like I love connecting with people that listen to the music. So it's both. It's like you can't not see it, but I am lucky to have like the best friends that we all just turn them into jokes whenever there's a hate comment. So it ends up being funny, and then then it's kind of like when you see the next one, it it's already a bit of a joke.
So yeah, whenever you chat with your fans through direct message, is it to find some inspiration for your new song, or maybe you just want to like have a connection with them?
I just love connecting with people in general, and the fact that there are people on this planet that feel like connected to my music is like something that I can't even, I don't know how that's possible, but the fact that I get to talk to them is like a really amazing thing. And of course, like, I think interacting with people in any capacity is inspiring in terms of like writing, but I feel like, the people that listen to my music, like a lot of them, we have the same sense of humor. Like it's fun. Like I just love it. I feel like I'm making friends all the time. Like it's an amazing thing that I get to do because of, social media. So I'm really grateful for that.
Okay. Yeah. So there are 7 tracks. We're talking about Minor by Gracie Abrams. So there's Friends and 21, Under Over, Tihi, is it right? Am I pronouncing right?
Yes, exactly.
So, and then there's I Miss You, I'm Sorry, Long Sleeves, and Minor. If you could tell, what is the biggest theme, like the biggest theme for this album actually, that you want to share to people?
Well, I guess just that I wrote the music from a place of feeling really, really alone, and feeling like I needed to say these things in order to feel better. And I think, like, I don't know if that's necessarily appealing to other people, but for me, like, as a fan of music, I always feel so much less alone when I listen to music and connect to it. So I guess I hoped that in making this project, like in being honest with myself, that, other people feeling as alone as I did when I wrote them would feel less so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you want to share to a lot of people, like it's okay. I also feel the same. Is it?
Yeah,
same?
I just think it's like I think it's always worth being very honest in general, and I try to live by that. And when it came time to like write a body of work. I just like, I can't write music if it isn't honest. If it's not honest, I don't care about it. And so that's this is a very like oversharing EP.
Okay, I Miss You, I'm Sorry. This is, I think, a lot of people saying that this is the most pointed of your heartbreak song. Heartbreak song. So is there any challenge when you made the song?
Yeah. Did you say are there challenges?
Yeah, the challenges.
Yeah, I think like yes, definitely. But the challenging part, I guess, is like thinking about, you know, the subject matter, like kind of like reliving events that are sad or hard to talk about, but it's always so worth it to me, because it's like I feel a kind of closure after finishing the song, like I Miss You, I'm Sorry, that is so kind of directly honest and personal. Like it makes me feel like I got through something. And then so with this song, like in particular, I think a lot of them are kind of a lot of the songs on Minor are directly for a specific person, but like I just needed to say it, and I'm glad that I got to. And the fact that, you know, people feel like they can relate to it is like a really cool thing for me to know.
But yeah, for me personally too, I really love to hear a song that actually based on the true story of the writers, because it feels like you connect straight away, like, oh, this person know what I feel.
Exactly. That's how I feel when I listen to music too. I'm always just like, oh, I'm just so like grateful that people talk about their feelings. Yeah.
So if you're talking about Move On, do you have any special tips maybe for your fans
actually
to move on?
Yeah, like I did this thing when I was like going through my breakup, where anytime that I wanted to reach out to that person, instead of actually like texting or calling, I just had a note like in my notes app on my phone, where anytime I wanted to say anything to them, I would just write everything down in my phone, and it gave me that like satisfaction of getting it out while also still, you know, keeping a boundary and feeling like, I don't know, it's interesting, because it was honestly like the number one thing that I felt was most helpful is just like writing all of your feelings down all the time, even if it's just to yourself. Like maybe that's because I'm someone who relies so heavily on writing as like a therapeutic tool, but it, you know, I've have friends in my life who have, you know, gone through breakups, and I've told them that that's how I dealt with it, and they've done it and said that it's been so helpful. So I hope it helps people if they need it, but if not, just like a lot of good food and, you know, a lot of good music.
Okay. But it's a good tips actually, like to write everything instead if you post it on Instagram. You see like people when they really feel bad, they will post everything on Instagram and regret it after that.
I know. It's good to keep it to yourself sometimes.
Okay, from 7 tracks, if you could share one single that actually you want to recommend to our listener, which one is it? Maybe your favorite one.
Maybe 21.
Why?
I think 21 is a pretty good example of just like me as a writer. It's a really detailed song lyrically, but also I love 21 because it's one of the few songs that is a bit more up tempo, while also like being very kind of blatantly honest. And it's there's so many lyrics in that song that I just feel like, I don't know, it's a very interesting question. I think it kind of like summarizes the feeling of what the entire project is. So I recommend that one, yeah.
So it's 21. Okay. We will try to put it on and let's see how they're going to say about it. And I read that you're starting your Minor Bathroom Show's virtual tour, and it started already from the July 20th. So how is it going?
It's been so fun, honestly. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it because I never played a live show before, like I still haven't. And so this being my introduction to that feeling, like it's just been so interesting. Like I just love the fact that I get to connect with the people that are watching on a more intimate level. Like at the end of the shows, everybody gets taken off mute and we all have one big conversation, and it's just like it feels like I'm hanging out with, 100 new friends every time. And to be able to play these songs live is also just interesting. Like I feel closer to the songs, after every show, and I want to keep doing this until it's safe to do shows again. Like I just love, I love it. I think it's like filling that gap in a way that I didn't know if we'd be able to do, but I'm just having the best time.
Yeah, actually for your fans, they must be really happy. Actually, they can meet finally with Gracie Abrams. Although it's not in a live show, but yeah, at least like they can hear you sing.
Exactly.
So for a musician, like every musician, they have someone that influenced them. For you, who is it?
I think if I had to pick one artist, it would be Joni Mitchell. She is like, I think just a master at her craft. I think she's someone that has only continued to inspire me more as I've gotten older, but I've listened to her music my entire life because my mom used to play her music, on the way to school and whatever. And so I think I'm constantly learning from her music. And every time I listen to one of her songs at like a new stage of my life, it means something completely new to me. And so the fact that like, I feel like I get to grow up with her entire discography is just like a gift, honestly.
Okay, so only that person, or you have maybe...
Oh, there are so many. I mean, Joni Mitchell's probably like my number one of all time, but like Phoebe Bridgers, James Blake, Lord, Elliott Smith, Carole King, the 1975, like Tyler the Creator, Kanye. I'm just like, Kid Cudi is like, I love Kid Cudi. I don't know. It's all over the place. I listen to all different kinds of music, but in terms of like my pillar artist who I started, like she is why I started caring about songwriting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I saw in your Instagram that you posted about One Direction anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Are you a Directioner?
Oh yeah, huge.
Really? Are you a Directioner? Yeah. Like since when?
I mean, since they started putting up, I was like at the prime age of like, I was like a little girl who like saw Harry Styles for the first time and like, I lost my mind. Like, I just like was so obsessed. And my little, it was funny because my cousin she lives super close, like 10 minutes away from me. And we grew up basically as sisters and she's not much younger than me, but she's like 5 years younger than me, and she was even more of a Directioner than I was, and we got to go to their concert once when they played here in LA, and we both cried like together, just both cried watching Harry. And of course I'm going to celebrate them. Like I owe them a lot of happiness in my life.
So if you could pick one person, is it going to be Harry Styles that asking if Harry Styles asks you, Gracie, do you want to have a collaboration with me? Like, you want to sing with me? What are you going to say?
I would say yes so fast. Actually, I'd probably cry and then say yes.
Okay. So, do you mind to give us a little bit teaser? Maybe like a snippets for your next project?
Ooh, playing a teaser?
Oh, do you
I don't think I could play a teaser, but I will say that like the new music feels a little bit different than this stuff. Like it's in a way that I'm really excited about. Like it feels like it's kind of in a bit of a new space, and I'm just like really excited for people to hear it.
Is it going something more like, I can say like brighter than this? Because this is like a lot of people saying like, oh, this is very, very sad song. There's a lot of sad song. It is going to be brighter?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's a new color of Gracie's coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now the whole world listen to your song, and we believe there's a long journey for you to come until you're here right now, like until your success, like today. So do you have any advice for people? Maybe they know that Gracie also starting, and I don't know how Gracie can be like this. Like, do you have any advices for them that just starting their career in music?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm so like actively, constantly learning myself every single day, honestly. But I guess if I had to give advice, it would just be to like really make what is honest, like be yourself, like, which is so cheesy and cliche, but I honestly, like, I think be yourself, like make the music that you feel like you need to make, like don't compare yourself constantly to other artists that have these crazy careers, because like what's the point? Like they've also taken the time and like gone through all those steps to like get to the point they're at. And I think, I don't know, I just, not that it's not difficult for everyone, but I think especially for young women who are in this industry, there's kind of like more of an expectation to conform to certain norms, whether that's like how you look or how you sound or what you write about. And I think like screw all of that and just be yourself, like truly.
Just being real about everything that you want to put in your music. Okay, so do you have any special message for your fans in Bali?
Yes, thank you. Like, I can't believe that's even a sentence. Like, I seriously, like, thank you so much. I'm so deeply grateful. I can't believe that I feel so connected to a place that is on the other side of the world, but I genuinely do, because of how just like genuinely loving I have, like these interactions have been, and I just can't wait till I can actually be there. Like, I wish that our country would get this together over here, because we're not handling it quick enough, and I wish that I just can't wait to be there and to hug everyone.
How could you think I'd be your friend?